Welcome back to part 2 of phonics and grammar of our last second grade lesson ever. In our last video, we were given this list of longer words with the long O and E. And in this video, I'm going to give you the answer key. Now, this might have been a little challenging because they all have different teams in them. Some of them have an EA right here, or they might have an OA or an OW. So it might have been a little challenging to identify which team was in them, but here we go. And long O, we have almost, notebook, so see we have O, consonant E, mellow, boathouse, knowing, and long E we have peanut, keepsake, teammate, and weekend. If you'd like an extra challenge, there's some compound words in here, see if you can find those as well. One more thing we're going to talk about in phonics is this last syllable, the ol sound, like an apple. So this LE, you'll find it in a lot of words that has that final syllable. So apple. Here's some other words. We have nibble, poodle, bubble. Notice how they all have the same spelling and final sound. Pickle, noodle, and crumble. So your challenge now is to take a minute to pause and pick 2 of these words. You can pick more to write a sentence with them. So you might say, after you check on them, might say, I nibble on a pickle or a noodle. So that would be using words with this last syllable, the ol sound. There's a list of those in your newsletter that you can practice as well. So that's a lot of 2-syllable words have that sound in it. So that is good to practice for 3rd grade. Okay, let's do some grammar and then we will get into some reading. So we've talked about adjectives in class. We know that adjectives are words that describe nouns. They tell us how something looks, sounds, feels, anything like that. So they make our sentences more interesting. So Benjamin Franklin invented the original grabber. So original, that describes what it was. It means it was the first. Or if I say I'm wearing a gray sweatshirt or a soft sweatshirt, that's describing how this looks and feels. It's making it more interesting and descriptive. Adverbs are similar, but look at adverbs. In the word, we see the word verbs. So that gives us a hint about what it means. So adverbs tell us more about verbs. It tells you how something moves or sounds or talks, something like that. Like in class, you might hear me say sometimes, please do this quietly. So that is an adverb because I'm telling you how to do something. And a very big clue in adverbs is listen in the word quietly. We hear an ly, a ly sound at the end. So that's a good hint when you're looking for adverbs. So let's try to identify some. If you'd like to challenge yourself, take a second to pause and write whether the underlined word is an adverb or an adjective. So Ben acted quickly on his ideas. Quickly. So remember that clue. I said ly, so quickly. That's saying how he acted. That's giving us some information about what he did. So we know that is a adverb. Ben created important inventions. So important. We can tell that that is describing this noun, inventions. So that means important is a adjective. The lightning rod successfully prevents fires. So successfully, take a look at this clue. We have an ly, which means that is a adverb. It's describing how it's doing this, preventing fires. Electricity travels safely down a long wire. Safely, because that's saying how it's traveling. So it's saying how it's doing something, it's a adverb. And last one, Ben designed 2 useful chairs. So let's see, which noun is this describing? So Ben's a noun because it's a person, but it's not describing him. 2 is also descripting because it's saying 2. It's saying how many. Those are also adjectives. That's not what we're talking about. Chairs. Here we go. Chairs are a thing, so we know that those are a noun. So what types of chairs are they? They're useful. So that's saying what they're like. That means that that is a adjective.